What's up, boys? This is Santi, one of my first OG mentorship student who has now gotten well over $30,000 in payouts. So if you want to introduce yourself, go ahead.
So guys, I'm Santi. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
You want to go over why did you start trading? What got you into trading, and what was the hardest part of starting off?
Yeah. Well, basically, like any other kid that's trying to make money online, you see everybody making money online. This guy's TikTok's always in my For You page of how he made money, and I was just looking for a way to make money. I went, sat down with two of my friends, like wrote down some business ideas. We wrote down lawn mowing business,
It's a
pool
classic.
cleaning, all that kind of stuff. And then when we came across day trading, that one of my friends started doing it. We started watching the TJR boot camp, and then yeah, this was like around December 28th, 2024. So that's how I started trading. I just started watching the TGR bootcamp, got into paper trading, and then eventually funded accounts.
What do you think was the hardest part of learning how to trade? Because there's all this misinformation online. Like everyone trades a different strategy. There's a new golden model every week. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so there is a lot of information. I luckily, one of my friends had already known about the TGR bootcamp, so that was kind of like a good foundation.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody like that started trading has watched the TGR bootcamp.
I started
So
trading with that too.
yeah, so we started watching the TJR boot camp, and then we came across Justin Warline, and then eventually PB Trading. There was a bunch of people like not trying to confuse me, just different strategies like supply and demand or support and resistance, something like that. There was chart patterns, there was all that kind of stuff, and like Powell's like top tick, bottom tick.
There's so much in the space that you just get overwhelmed.
Yeah, and there's just a bunch of different information, but just sticking to a few people to watch that really helped me learn kind of like my strategy in day trading. And definitely the hardest part for me was, at least in my journey, not learning it, but actually trading was definitely over trading and like trying to make money quick. And then I lost a lot of money doing that. So that was definitely the hardest part to overcome for me.
What do you think helped you? Actually get to that point where you were stuck, you were over trading, you were basically gambling on trades. Because I remember you used to crash out a lot. You would have 4 winning days. You had that 5K payout on lock, and you would just go until. And this happened to you, I think, 3 different times.
Yeah.
Right? So, what advice can you give to someone who is in your old position, who knows that they're a good trader, who can get those winning days, but right when they're at the finish line, they give it all back to the market?
Yeah. So that happened to me multiple times. I'm not gonna lie. I had my 4 winning days, ready for like my first ever payouts, 5K payouts. I was freaking out because like damn, like insane amount of money in my opinion at the time. And then, well, yes, right now as well. But um, yeah, so I would crash out the final day. I would lose the trade, trying to just make the $200 winning day. I would like put like 200, straddle or something like that. And yeah, I would lose that shit, crash out, lose $800, $1,000, and then eventually blow my account because I didn't have the psychology to just get my 5 winning days and get my payout. What definitely helped me get to like where I am today, where I don't crash out at all. I can take a payout with 17 winning days or something. I don't even have to wait for the five. It's just basically um telling myself, okay, if I lose today on my fourth winning day or whichever day I lose, just get off the charts. I just take one trade per day because I had a really bad problem with over trading. I just take one trade per day and just tell myself, okay, even if it's the worst trade and the best setup comes out after, I just take the one trade because I know that it's gonna keep setting me back in the future. If I crash out over one trade, let's say I lose $300 on the first trade, and then I crash out, I lose my account, I lose 1,000. That sets me back 2 weeks worth of progress with all the weeks, all the days getting winning days, and all the time passing the e-bells, all that stuff. It just sets me back so much that I have in my mind. Obviously, it's gonna come with time, but because I also had that in my mind back in the day, I just didn't care. It's gonna come with time, but it's just you tell yourself, okay, I crash out right now, I lose 2 weeks of progress, I'm done, whatever. Or I lose my 300, lock myself out of the charts, come back the next day where a new setup will present itself. Um, Only down 300, make it all back the next day, and maybe even more. So that's basically what switched my mentality. Of course, it's not as easy as it sounds. At least for some people with the bad as over trading problem that I had, um, doing all that. But definitely, it will get better with time. You just gotta keep in the back of your mind, okay, if I lose this trade today, um, just if you have a problem with overtrading, lock myself out, see what you did wrong, get off the charts, come back the next day with a new clear mind, and everything will be back and everything will be good, and you won't blow your accounts. And bro, I think the main thing that got me profitable was just not overtrading.
100%. I think people don't realize it, but in a sense, overtrading and revenge trading is a straight byproduct of greed. A lot of people think that greed is just trying to make more money, but the reality is greed is also the concept of being unable to accept a loss, being unable to accept the fact that maybe one day the market is going to take money from you, and that is completely okay, right? I always tell you guys the biggest winners in the markets aren't the ones who win the most. They're simply the ones that are the best at losing and know how to manage their losses, right? Because if you get upset over a loss, oh, it's just one revenge trade. Oh, it's just one trade. You lose that trade. Oh, I shouldn't have taken that trade. That trade doesn't count. I'm going to take another one. So I'm a little congested. But you start taking all these trades and you start losing. The next thing you know, you were up 300 on the day. Now your account is gone and you have a reset email waiting for you in your fucking inbox.
I used to get fucking 50 of those a day, especially with the combines and the funders and everything. It was just an overtrading problem. I would lose 300 and then crash out and lose my whole account, which that costed me a lot of money. But I finally clicked in my head that just lose the 300 or lose whatever you lose on the day with your one trade, maybe another trade that you took that you thought was good, okay? Lock yourself out. Boom, you're done for the day. It doesn't matter if you lose 500, 300. You're done. Don't blow the accounts. And slowly build them back up. Take your one trade a day, maybe two trades a day, depending how good your psychology is. Build them back up. You'll be profitable.
How old are you, by the way, for everyone watching? Because a lot of people watching this are probably young. They're in high school or college, and they're trying to see if they can actually make money trading.
Yeah, so I started trading when I was 18 years old in January, and then I just turned 19 in August. So I'm a sophomore in college.
Who's made $30,000 in the last, 3 months trading?
Yeah, around there, yeah.
That's fucking
More
ridiculous.
for the last 2 months, but yeah.
I'm actually proud of you. That's actually ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, bro. I definitely recommend getting a mentor as well. I spent the first 5-6 months of my trading without a mentor, just watching videos, trying to teach myself. Because normally, just with things in life, I just just teaching myself, just like in general, just how do I cook this steak, for example.
Right.
Just there, I'm figuring out. I burned 7 steaks, and then I eventually know how to cook a steak. But this one is just straight like I felt like I wasn't gonna get anywhere without a mentor. A lot of people can, but I definitely recommend getting one and just having somebody to keep you accountable. Like I would text these guys all the time, like, "Yo, I fucking blew my accounts on my 4th winning day. I took this shitty ass trade. I did all this kind of stuff." And then of course I always had these people keeping me accountable. I always had the trade recaps explaining like how the market, like why this moved this way, why you shouldn't have been taking shorts, why you should be taking longs, and like just giving me advice and just helping me become a better trader. I definitely recommend getting a mentor. That was very, very, very useful for me. The first week I got a mentor, I almost got a 5K payout. Just had a retarded over trading problem.
I remember that. It was like Monday. It was a Monday or a Friday, and you just and that was back to back too. You had a $5,000 payout. You blew it on a Friday. I think that next week you got funded again, back to NadaqAle, 6K payout, locked, blew it.
Blew it. On the 5th win, like on the 4th winning day, blew it.
Thing is that I really think that's necessary. I think that's something that might sound fucked up on my end. I really think that is a chain event that is so beneficial in your trading, because learning the hard way is honestly the best way to learn. It might sound messed up, but for me, for example, like the biggest results I've seen from trading are from the worst mistakes I've made. Like, and that might be an extremist perspective, but
I don't know. For sure. I remember that feeling, and I don't get it to this day, but I just remember like how I felt just fucking blowing those $5,000 payouts or blowing $2,000 worth of evals in one day just because I just wanted to get them done, and I scaled too quickly, in my opinion. All that stuff, and you just gotta remember that feeling that you had when you lost those accounts, you blew those evals, you did all that stuff just because you're stupid, like over trading or taking bad trades or stuff like that. That's a terrible, terrible feeling, but genuinely has taught me to become the trader I am today. Just not crashing out and not wanting to have days like that. And that's what mainly keeps me away from over trading and taking bad trades and just being mad at myself throughout the day. That would ruin my whole day, 2 days, week maybe. Imagine getting to the fifth day, $5,000, hasn't sniffed a dollar payouts, and then you blow it all that work in one day.
It's heartbreaking. All the work you put in the last 2 weeks or years of your life, if you're just learning how to trade, and you see it all just wash away in front of you. It's the worst. It's actually the worst feeling.
Couldn't hold yourself back from pressing a few buttons or locking yourself out of the charts. It's definitely the worst feeling of all time, at least in my opinion, and that's something I would never want to feel again, and that's why I manage my trades the way I do now. So it's definitely gonna come with time, and maybe people watching this will be like, "Yeah, I just did that, and I'm not gonna do it again." Whatever, you probably will do it again. Just know it's gonna come better with time, and it's okay. And everybody's been through it, and I don't think anybody's crashed out worse than me. I lost over 15 evals in one day, just like buying them and then resetting them twice. I blew 10 like XFAs in 1 week. I've done everything. Trust me.
What's one like genuine? If you have to leave one piece of advice to someone's watching this who is also a young person, unprofitable, who overtrades, over leverages, and just can't even seem to get a payout, what is one piece of advice you would leave them or your younger self in a sense?
Okay, so two things. The first one's gonna sound super simple. Just don't overtrade and don't over risk. It sounds like, yeah, okay, somebody that's doing that, just don't do it. Obviously, it sounds retarded.
I agree with that. I always tell people, like, how do I stop over leveraging, over risking? I'm like, stop doing it. And it sounds so stupid, but you literally have to, like, hold yourself back and just stop. And it will build as a habit.
Exactly. And then as long as you do it for 1 week, you'll be okay. Maybe you do it once every 2 weeks now, okay? The next time you do it once a month, okay? And then eventually just don't do it at all. And it's just going to come better with time. And the second thing I would tell you would definitely be, forgot it. Not gonna lie, I had that shit in the back of my mind. So it was don't do it, and then you gotta think about in the future. If you're gonna be over trading, you're taking 10 trades a day, 5 trades a day, even is a crazy amount. You're gonna think in the future, okay, if I do this 2 years from now when I'm profitable and making money, supporting my family with this, or whatever you're gonna do with your trading money. And you're gonna be taking 5, 10 trades a day. No, you're not. So it's just holding yourself back in the journey. You always gotta try to make a step forward in trading. Try to get to the profitable level. Try to start making 10K a month, 20K a month, 30K a month. And you're never gonna get to that by overtrade, ever. So you gotta have in the back of your mind, okay, if I'm overtrading, I'm never gonna make it. Realistically, it's not gonna happen because you're always gonna get whatever money you made in the markets. You're gonna
get it right back.
So you gotta think, okay, this is never gonna work for me if I don't overtrade. If I overtrade, just you have that in the back of your mind. Please don't do it. And then the other thing is just don't do it. Don't do it. Just lock yourself out. Take your 1 trade a day. Just tell yourself 1 trade a day. Lock yourself out. In Top Step, you can put your risk settings. Just put 1 trade a day, max 5 trades a week.
Yeah, if you use Top Step X, it's literally designed to help you on your risk settings. And that's a big thing what you were talking about. I like to refer to it as, when you were saying think in the future, I refer to it as fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it is arguably the only way I think you can become profitable. Because so many people, as well as I used to cope by saying, I don't care that I'm blowing this account right now because I know in a year from now when I'm profitable and making all this money, you'll pay for it and more. I know when I become profitable, I'll stop over trading, I'll stop over risking. There is no when you become profitable unless you actually stop and take action in the present, right? Because there's going to be no future of profitability if you can't hold yourself accountable to your mistakes in the present.
Same shit. I used to do the same thing when I was blowing these accounts, and I was blowing 5 euros a day, all that stuff. I was like, it's okay, because in the future when I'm profitable, I'm just gonna make all this back. I'm gonna be making so much money, whatever. It's never gonna happen unless you don't tell yourself right now, I'm done. I'm not gonna do it. I told myself multiple times I'm done. I'm not gonna do it, and I did redo it. So that is normal. I don't know if it's normal, but that happened to me. Until one day it's just like, okay, like I'm done with this. I'm done losing money. I lost probably over $10,000 before actually making money in the markets, and then just put my thing 1 trade a day, 5 max trades a week. I put maybe 6 or something like that. I mean 6 in case I had to take partials or something like that.
Right.
I don't remember.
Yeah, because those fills can screw you over. If you have like a limit order set, it'll count it as 2 orders. Or if you get
Yeah.
break even, then you see another opportunity.
Yeah.
That's why I don't set limits with Top Step. I would set a risk limit. Like you can
Yeah.
only lose X amount of money instead of only take X amount of trades.
That's what I have right now because now I don't really have the problem of over trading. But when I did, I just put 1 and 5 and whatever like it came out because I would just take my 1 trade a day, wait for the setup. Even if it was a terrible trade, I'm done for the day because I'm doing 1 trade a day. That's it.
You made a mistake and you put your risk on the table.
Exactly. I'll make my mistake, look at the trade. Why did I take this? Okay. I just kept improving. But now I just have risk. I have like a certain amount of risk I can risk every day. I don't have a trade limit, but it's normally max 2 trades a day.
Perfect.
So that's all you gotta do. And then I have days even like to this day that I'm thinking like, okay, what the fuck just happened? How did I get break even there? It's like a takeaway from my from my take profit. It's my break even. I'm about to full pour these accounts because what the fuck? Logged myself out. I said, boom, get out of there. I had a crazy over trading problem. Logged myself out, and it's made me look a lot of money.
So in September, how many payouts did you get?
I got 3. Well, if you count the one I just got yesterday, 3.
Yeah, including that one because it's technically trading September, right? So
Okay.
how much money would that be summed up?
It was around like $17,000.
That's fucking insane.
7K payout and then 5 and 5.
30 days, 17. That's actually insane. I'm actually proud of you.
I went on a pretty good winning streak in September. It was a pretty good month.
I'm actually proud of you. All right, I'm gonna call the call there. All right, so hope you guys can learn something from Santi, from literally blowing accounts every other week or every week, matter of fact, to a $17,000 month. He's fucking killing it and he's gonna keep crushing it. So I hope you boys can pick something up new from this video, and I'll see you boys in the next one. Peace out.